Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to Hacktoberfest 2025. Code, contribute, and celebrate. As we all know, the season of Hacktoberfest 2025 has already started, and October is also known as month of open source, more specifically because of Hacktoberfest. So, we are bringing this event to you, targeting the beginner contributors of our community. So, we are basically encouraging people to contribute to open source via this event. And just to do that, we have also introduced like a campaign, a reward campaign this year for Hacktoberfest 2025. So anybody who is contributing from Udapur for Hacktoberfest 2025 will be choosing the top three contributors from our community. And we have some swags available for you, which we'll be presenting to you in the next event. So wherever you are logging from, if you're from Udapur, you make sure to take a screenshot of the scanner right now and make sure to submit your entries later. I'll also quickly take you through the rules of this Hacktoberfest 2025. So basically, the eligibility criteria is you must be a resident of Udapur. You must have minimum 6 accepted pull requests on in the official Hacktoberfest period. And as far as the evaluation criteria of top three contributors are concerned, our organizing team will be evaluating this based on quality and innovation of your PRs, creativity and creation that you have done in your PRs. This could be new features, tools, and the documentation that you're doing. And the last is also based on the quantity of contributions you have made. But our primary focus is more around impact and quality that you'll be delivering using your work. So you can scan this link and submit it. The last date for submission is 31st October, and then we'll start our evaluations. So that was pretty much about it. And also, apart from that, we have all these scanners available, which are like channels to our YouTube, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, website, and Facebook. Make sure to take a screenshot of these and stay connected to us via this. So I would also like to quickly welcome Vilsi Jan, who is joining us from Japper today. And Vilsi will be presenting a talk on Hack the Fest, how to contribute in Hacktoberfest and open source programs. Vilsi is a passionate software engineer with a strong focus on coding, development, Flutter app development, front-end web, machine learning, Gen AI, and open source. She loves engaging with the community and leading communities, and she has had the privilege to judge hackathons and speak at over 100 plus events. So we'll see is very much a community enthusiast, and she has contributed to a lot of communities like Microsoft, Amazon, 20 plus Google developers group, women communities of Microsoft, Azure Dev community, and she's also spoken as many international hackathons. So I think it is an amazing opportunity for our community to learn from Wilsey. I'll just take a moment to quickly bring your slides up. And yes, the floor is all yours.
Okay. Thank you so much, Vanita. And thank you, GDG Udapur, for having me. So, yes. So, we will be more going towards the code contribute celebrate overall Hacktoberfest. Already, Punita gave you a hint what is Hacktoberfest. So, even if you're a beginner or you are a good contributor in open source, this is for you, because like every time Hacktoberfest have some of the changes, and there will be something which you will be learning new. We will be also going towards the things what should be other program you can participate rather than just going towards the small programs, what all the community which focus on the programs. So firstly, that is Hacktoberfest. And Hacktoberfest is like hacking to whole month of October, we can say. So it is celebrated as the one of the biggest fest for the open source, right? So this is like my introduction already. Punita have given, and you can connect me on Twitter, LinkedIn for more. So whenever I start my session, for the open source, there is one quote which I love the most. In real open source world, you have a right to control to your own destiny, which was by Linux World. But this really means is like in the open source, it's nothing like you need to be a software engineer, you need to be a professional or someone. It's if you are even you are a student, even you are someone who is like not in tech, it's for you too. So how, like, we will be discussing equally, like, what is open source, and like how we can contribute to open source. Like, there are many questions which everyone get, like, what is the need of open source, even when we are in a college. So there is always a thinking, like, why should I contribute to the open source, what are the programs, where should I go, where is the guide. So I think this event is particularly for you. Like, you will be getting a very clear guidance till the end, like how should I go and contribute to the open source. So I make sure, like, when you complete this session, after that you can easily contribute to the open source repository. You just need to have a particular knowledge of that technology, or like any, if you are good in documentation, that's even for you. So what is open source is, so if I talk about in a very layman language, if you want to contribute, and let's say in Flutter, so you need to be a software engineer at Google. This is a particular thinking for the people. Like, if I want to contribute to Microsoft Azure, I need to be a software engineer if I'm working with Flutter. And I think this feature is very good. Like, if the team add this feature, it will be really a very highlighting point or something. So most of the companies, what they are doing now, like, is a very big ratio which I will be sharing. So they are moving towards the open source. So now, even if I'm just a user for that, I can even contribute to particular that repository, and that also give a freedom to user to understand that application in a very well method. So if I talk about, like, Jenkins, VLC Player, Red Hat, Flutter, Microsoft Azure, Redis, like Python, Java, all these companies made their software tools open source. Linux, Git, everything is like open source. So, like, you can list it out. Like, there are a lot of companies like WordPress, GitHub, like, they all are open source. Docker. So if I talk about, is there any prerequisite? No, there is nothing like a prerequisite for now. You just need to listen this session, and then I will be telling some of the point which you need. You just need to have a simple understanding of Git and GitHub, which I will be giving in a basic manner, right? So, like, what is open source? Like, there is always a question, like, why are company exposing their code? Like, even like most of the if their software engineers can work, like Google really have a very big team, then what's the need to make open Flutter open source, right? So, like, first is like accessibility, like source code is like freely available. And the second thing is transparency. Now, there is a very good transparency between the user and the particular tool. So changes in development process are visible to all. So, like, whatever change I am doing in the code, whatever we are adding, that will be always there. Collaboration, that basically encourages the community involvement and contribution, right? So this is something, like, who for whom we are making the tool, or for whom we are making the software, it's for the user, right? And if we are getting the feedback from the user, then what's greater point than that? You have may seen, like, even if you go to any event, if you go to use any tool, they ask for the feedback, right? So I think, like, taking a feedback is always important. And if user is giving the feedback and they are equally working on it, so that's the glory of it, right? Innovation, like, it promoted rapid development. That's true, because one who use the thing particular, they can always suggest you. So it's always my saying, like, if you are attending any session or listening to someone, you should always listen to someone who is really good at that, or who have done something. So even if you are listening to my open source session, so you should know, like, like, what I have done. So let me tell you, like, I also started my journey of open source in back 2020 with Hacktoberfest itself. Then I contributed to a lot of open source communities. I organized open source program, being project admin. Even I gave my project to, like, so people can contribute, being mentor there, contribute to a lot of good repository. So after that, I think, like, I have now good understanding, and I can give you some of the share my knowledge with you, right? Now, there is always a question, like, I am not very good in coding, or I know technology but not in a much better way. So if you're good at UI UX designing, you're good at documentation, you are good at marketing, security, community support, or finding bugs or something, or like resolving bugs, so everyone can contribute. So even I have seen the repository where a chef is putting his like recipes there. So it's very like a different thing, but GitHub is sort like where everyone can share their project, everyone can put their ideas or something. So GitHub is like a social media for people who are making something, right? Who are making some project or something, right? Okay. So everything is free, like it's always sounds good to me, right? So like you get, like you can contribute there. Now the basic point is, like, if you are a software engineer at any particular company, let's talk with the Flutter, like it's Google, like if you're working for a Flutter, then you can, what you will be doing there, you will be making code changes, you will be bringing a feature, or some you will be doing resolving a bug or something. And the same thing, they have given so much of interviews and then they got selected there, right? But you as a student who's sitting at home, or anyone professional, you can directly contribute to that same repository, exact same repository. So this is something like everything is free, but free isn't it like it's always good, right? So as I mentioned, like there is like a very big impact of open source. Like 96% of code bases are open source now. 96 is a very great number. So like tech leaders like call open source a very high quality. So it's not like that ki project is not good, so we should make it open source. Nothing like that. If like they are like making a project which is really good, are now open source. Docker, Linux, they are one of the great tools now, right? Companies run open source software, which we all know. If we talk about the vector database, Gen AI, so all that fires, they are open source, right? So developer contribute to open source weekly at 28%. And like we know, on the GitHub, like millions of developers are there. This is 44 million. Now the data will be much more. So now what we will be doing, we will be going to the Hacktoberfest, what actually Hacktoberfest is, and then like rather than then we will be covering more open source program and why, like what open source is not for. So yes, let's go with the open source like Hacktoberfest site. Punita, I am just can you drop that Hacktoberfest site on the chat, so if anyone want to go, they can go with it. So yes, you can go like
I'll do
either,
that.
yeah, either everyone can just search Hacktoberfest, they will find it. Otherwise, yeah. So it's a month long celebration. So on the day first, like 1 October, the event was started till 31 of October till 12 p.m. So this 12 a.m. right? So for the registration for Hacktoberfest, you just need to click there, and it will be, I have already registered there. So either you need to have a GitHub account or GitLab account. With that, you will be able to easily register that, and nothing else is required, right? Okay. So this time, like Hacktoberfest is like from Long, Digital Ocean, and MLH are supporting this. And like, let's go with the Pretember. What this Pretember means is like the month before this fest, month before the Hacktoberfest is September, right? So September is given up time for a preparation time. So that is Pretember, right? So September is celebrated for your preparation. You can just learn how to contribute, learn GitHub, learn some technology, what wherever you want to contribute, you can find the projects. But nothing like that, you can, even if you just listen it for the first time today, or just check it now, so it's a good time. Like you can today we'll be learning this much lot of things, and you can start exploring the project. I will be also sharing how you can get the projects and everything, right? And even do not think that I'm not very good in particular technology, but if you are a very beginner, so even our, like most of the open source people who are contributing, their first contribution is very small, either it's in a documentation or it's a very small project. So we really gradually like understand and contribute in the big projects. So like how to participate, which I already told, you can join the Discord. In the Discord channel, you will be finding a lot of channels. In that channel, they are putting their projects, so you can find that. So it's just join the Discord, which is good. Event spotlight, there are a lot of events are hosted by Hacktoberfest. You can just check that out, they have done that. Okay, let's go with the participation. So everyone is welcome. That I already told. No foundation, like you are in a school, college, or anywhere. You can just join it. And quality is one. Quality is a key. That's true. Because earlier, what was happening? They used to provide a lot of like swags to the people, but because of that reason, like people like decrease the quality and just spam was going. So that's their key. Now, this is some of the points which we should cover. So, like the registration is open till October 31st. Pull merge request can be made by GitHub and GitLab. So, from both the platform are valid, right? And Hacktoberfest topic should be there. You should. I will be telling what is like how the topic will look like. There will be a topic name which is Hacktoberfest. Now, okay. So they were providing like 10,000 t-shirts, like 10,000 swags to the winners. So, and like if you complete that particular like particular event, you need to contribute to six, like you need to make six high quality pull or merge request. So you need to like make sure that your request is merged six times, sorry. So if you are not able to understand what is pull, what is merge, we will be going through everything, so do not think. And if you have any doubt, you can just put in the chat. So you can unlock a digital badge whenever you will be registering there. You will be getting a badge from like I can show that badge. This is the Hoplin badge. So there's all types of badge you will be getting like when you register or when you just contribute to the like any of the repositories, right? So here is that what Hacktoberfest is rewarding is like the Hoplin badges. You will be able to get the Hoplin badges, the swags for first 10,000 contributor. So after once you contribute to the six of the PR is merged and they are called like not like a super contributor. The Tree Nation will be there. They will be like planting a tree for you too. So that's one of the good point. Now the main thing, please, if you are just going for the t-shirt, please do not go for that, like because even once that was a very bad quality like contribution was there, right? If you're like t-shirt is just a additional point, you are contributing, you got a t-shirt, that's good. Like even we have the t-shirt like back in like they used to give 50,000 t-shirt, but because of the spam they just stopped the t-shirt giving. Now again this year they came with the 10,000 t-shirt because like they were seeing the changes and they thought like maybe the audience has changed or something. So hopefully this year there will be a quality contribution, right? There are a lot of resources if you want to go, like introducing open source, start contributing, sharpen your skills. So if you want to learn something, so you can go with this resources. Now there is some of the points which you need to highly make sure that you are working on it. Pull and merge request details. So your pull PR must be within the bounds of Hacktoberfest. Like it's not like that. Like if the Punita have any of the repository and I just go there and contribute it there. No, it should have the Hacktoberfest proper labels. We will be going to one of the repository which have that label, so you can make sure that this repository will be counted. Once you merge that pull request, even in the Punita repository, it will show one count. But whenever they will be verifying it, they take time near about 10 to 15 days or 7 to 15 days to verify. So that will be not counted. So make sure that have that Hacktoberfest label. Okay. That, and the second thing, that repository should be public, not private repository. Okay, because that only means open source, right? If you are making the it private for now, like that's not a open source which is available to everyone, right? Everyone can see that. So it's very clearly mentioned that repository which goes against the Oktoberfest, which will be not qualified, right? Okay. PR must not be spammy, which I told. Like if you just like edit something, like it's written code, you just edit codes, that will be not counted. Maybe it's a mistake which you have fixed, but that is a spam. So there should be a bit valid, even if you just like edit some of the part in the repository or just a very short documentation which is valid, that is good. But you just change the name or you just done a very small thing, that will be not counted. So please make sure if you're contributing, that should not be a spam, right? So like if you edit some core functions topic or you edit some of the points, like you edit how to install, this is even a small thing, but this is sort of a valid thing. Okay. Now PR must be merged. That PR should be merged with the label Hacktoberfest accepted. That will also we will be going through, right? So whenever if someone is merging your PR, make sure to ask him please add that label. They will be adding the particular maintainer or particular project admin will be entering the this label Hacktoberfest accepted, right? Once the PR pass all the checks above it, the Hacktoberfest will be accepted. The time period is 7 days for the review. Okay, so this year it's like 7 days, 8 days they will be taking it. So even if you have contributed on 31st of October, so after that 7 days they will be counting in the November, right? Okay. So there are like more measures to reduce the spam that you can check, like bad repository. Well, what all the things I covered, that's the same thing, right? This is sort of a maintainer low code. Okay. So they have clearly mentioned if you are not, even not contributed to the technical things, no problem. Low code or no code contribution, both are valid. Even you are contributing to documentation or like marketing, security, all are good, right? So they have mentioned each and everything: writing, translation, copy edit, talk or presentation, event organization, podcast, social media, blog. These all are like non-contribution. Even blog post, video production, graphic designing, they all come into the non-code production contribution, and they all are valid. And in the code part, technical documentation, user experience testing, technical blog, everything. So do not worry if you are not in a technical, you are not a technical person. Okay. So rewards, I already told you. There are some rules which we have gone through. Okay. So like events, these are some of the listed events which they are doing. Like even I have listed my event earlier. So you can list your event. So you can join the event. This is just like if you want to join someone event, you can go there, which is like directly connected with the Hacktoberfest and MLS. Donate, like if you want to donate to some of the project, if you think like his project is really very good, I should give some, like, I should donate something. If you want, you can donate it here, right? About it's like all about Hacktoberfest. Hacktoberfest is a digital ocean annual event. Encourage people to contribute to the open source throughout the October, which we have covered. And there are a lot of short challenges which are going on, writing challenge, and by the dev Hacktoberfest writing challenge is going on. So they will be also providing some of the coins and good thing membership of dev plus plus, so you can even check this out. Okay, these are all the sponsor listing. One of the good thing which goes on with the Hacktoberfest is okay, one other good thing which goes with the Oktoberfest, like a lot of companies like Apprite, Infosys, they play a very big role in that. So, in even who are working in Infosys, their official site they have that Oktoberfest column. So they are providing a lot of swags to it. Like even Punita, like GDG Udaipur is also doing. Whoever have the good contribution, they are giving the like gifts or something. So like lot of things are going in the market. The first thing why open source is important, that's more important point. So firstly, contributing to open source is not a internship or not a full-time job experience. So if someone is mentioning like I have contributed to Flutter, that doesn't mean that he worked in Google. It will be not an internship, right? So what that exactly is, like, it's very good to mention in your resume. That will be really playing a very good role. But I would request, please do not add that in the experience section. You can make a field of open source contribution. That's not an internship. I have like let's I have contributed in Microsoft Azure, but I'm not a software engineer there, right? I contributed there. I played some sort of same role, but not exactly the software engineer, right? So if you want to, how you can find the repository of any of the like open source project, you just need to write Flutter GitHub repository, Microsoft Azure GitHub repository, anything. So you will be able to find all the Flutter like Flutter, their website, which we can see the packages. They have a lot of packages. You can list that out. So let's go towards the packages. Okay. So now what you can do, the first thing, whenever you want key that I want to contribute to a particular repository, always check this languages. Is this language aligned to your like learning set or tech set? So according to that, either you can learn or you can like if you have the same tech stack, you can do. Now, as I mentioned, if you contribute anywhere for the lifetime, you will be seeing this. So as I mentioned, like you will be not a software engineer in the resume, sorry, but you can always show to your interviewer or anyone that I have contributed here. So for the lifetime, your name, your proper GitHub ID will be there. So nothing like there will be any risk or something. You will be always doing a very great work, right? And contributing, trust me, like contributing to open source will give you another level happiness when your first PR will be merged, right? So then make sure to go throughout the readme. And even I would always suggest, if you're making any even a small project, make sure to have a very good readme where like you can have how to get started, like if anyone want to install that, what are the core functions which is there in the project. So not like I would say, like a lot of hiring goes with GitHub. Like recruiter directly check your GitHub and they just reach there out. So you can even check my some of the projects, like how I make README, or like anyone, not my, like even in the big companies they are making the README. So you should go that. You can take a license acknowledgement, like who have worked particularly on that. If that is a team project, that you can also mention that, right? So let's go with the how you can contribute. So first thing, go through the languages, go through the README. Now you can, yeah, you can go towards the issue. Let me show with some of the project. Okay. So this is one of the project which I listed in like one of the open source program, right? So there, like I made some of the issue which is not active now. So do not contribute for the Hacktoberfest for now. But I'm just showing it. So that was one of the program for winter of for the winter crosswalks sort of. So like these are the issues. So there are two things in the issue part. Either you can create your own issue. If you like, you can just set up it, like you how to set up the project particularly. You can just go to the code. Either you can like clone the project, or either you can directly download, whatever preferred method. But I would always say go for the this method, https it, or if you're using CLI, go for that. Understand the project. If you think there are some bugs which are really major or something good, you can give. So you can go to the issue, you can create a new issue, and you can add that. If you think like, yeah, I'm not getting any particular issue, but there are a lot of issues which are listed there, so you can either pick from that. So if you think like any issue particularly, let's see, make a good design of a registration page, change the design of login page, or add a splash screen. So you can just go through it. There are really very a lot of points which are really very easy. Like for the documentation, if you're thinking like something very big you need to do, nothing like that. Just start with the small projects, and then you can go towards the gradually grow, right? So these all are called labels. So they are asked like Hacktoberfest accepted label is should be there, or Hacktoberfest label should be there. So make sure whenever you are contributing to the issue, if I particularly make that issue, make sure you're a maintainer, project admin. You can ask them if they assign you, keep like please add the Hacktoberfest label there. So that will be even easy for you, right? Okay. Okay. Right. After selecting the issue, now let's go to any of the issue. What will be happening there is like there will be lot of comments, like for the one single issue. Like a lot of people will be asking like, can I contribute, or like, can you allow me to contribute, I have a very good knowledge about it, right? Even you can see here, like a lot of people have came here to ask me like, can you assign it to me? So it's always a rule, like first come first serve. In open source world, there is a rule in the issue, first come first serve, right? So like first this person particularly asked me like, can I contribute? So like I mentioned, like I assigned to him. So if he is not able to do that, then I will be assigning to the next person. This goes with the rule, right? But now what happened is, like many a time it happens, like I have a very urgent work, and I know this particular person do a very good work. Like he was the one of the person who really do a work very in a very great manner. So I assigned to him, like and because like the first one was not able to do that, so then I assigned to him, added all the levels and everything, like their um like in that particular open source fest, they have something sort of a levels. So I have added according to the issue. That was the thing. So these are one of the point. Firstly, go to the README very well, understand the project with the code down after downloading the code, checking the languages it aligns to you, start asking for the issue or make your own issue, and make sure the maintainer or a project admin assign you that issue, right? After that, you can like make a PR, like that is PR is like pull request. You can create a new pull request from here, and you can like merge like if the maintainer particularly, like let's see from here. So the particular person have made the PR, and like I asked, like I just checked his or her work and then merge the pull request. So for now, like I maybe I wouldn't like his work or her work. Then if I would like, then I would have merged the pull request, right? So if you go to the PR, even like if we go to the Flutter, there are a lot of PR which is submitted, and the team will be asking. So if you can see this cross, so that is not like fit for the work. Tick means the even GitHub have that board. They check that 9 tasks done, that everything is checked by that GitHub for the for the pull request. So whenever maintainer or project admin make that, they assign to it. Okay. So then your PR will be created, and once that PR merge pull request will be clicked by that particular person, particular admin. Now there some of the rules are still there, because like we have the shortage of time. I will be not able to tell like all about like how you can contribute, but we will be going towards it, like what is GitHub and how we can use it. So yes, let's go towards the slides. I think this slide will be I will cover afterwards. Yes. This is some of the topic which may mostly you should know, but I will be just covering in a very fast way. So Git is basically, it's a software, and GitHub is a service which properly have the UI and everything which we were seeing now. Same GitHub, GitLab. I'm not here to like I not saying that GitHub is good or GitLab is good. If you are using GitLab, both are good. Both have the same sort of work, so you can use any one of them, right? So Git is like a version control system. It's like a Linux or Windows. You can understand GitHub as a Windows, and Git as a Linux. So Linux have the commands, in Linux we need to give a command and it works. And in GitHub, like it provides a proper GUI, and like no command line or like, and now the command line interface is there, right? So it have a proper space where you can upload the get, like upload the copy of Git repositories and everything in the Git. Like it's like a tool which manage different version of edits and make the file Git repository. But there is one other point, like why we should use GitHub, like what basically use, like one thing, like everyone can see my project, but I personally making a project, and I didn't want like ठीक है यार दुनिया देखे तो देखे, but I should be one who should have that. So the main work is like to track everything. When like it will be always tracking the work. Like see, if I have worked on particular project 1 month before or 10 year before, and now I started working again on it, right? So I should have that track. Like if I made some of the changes and which is not working now, but like it was working 10 days back or 2 days back, so I can just go to that particular work. So that is like version control system, right? So like version control system like are a category of software tools that helps to record the change to the file which I just mentioned now, right? So I will always recommend to everyone, like you should use GitHub. Even if you are making a very small project, make sure to have that, right? Okay. So these are some of the points. So whenever you like there, like let's go, like whenever you have to work on the particular project after you download, so do not directly go and like make changes. Make sure to fork that particular repository and create, or if you work for the organization, we need to create a particular branch there, and then that particular branch get to merge. So there is one master branch, one like dev branch, UAT branch, prod branch. There are like different sort of branch according to the company method, however they want. So like you even we need to go like first on dev, then then on the another one, then to UAT, then to the prod. So this is the way. Directly you can't go and merge to a master branch. So like you need to fork that project. That after forking that project, you will be getting, you can make your edits, you can do there anything that the maintainer can't see that. But after that, you can create a pull request. That particular pull request, the maintainer can check that out, right? Okay. So like if I tell you, like the person who made the sorry, a particular person who made the get was Linux Torvald, right? Who made the Linux. So why he made the get was like, he was, when he was working on the Linux, it was very difficult to track that project. That was one of the reason, like he made that get, like just to resolve that issue. And now the world is using that get. So this is some of the points, like the good developers work for the need which is really required, right? And even if you check the Linux Torvald GitHub ID today, he is working a lot. So that's something, sort of a good thing. Like a person who achieved the lot of things, he's still working because he loves that, and that's the quality of a developer. Like if you are loving particular thing, like lot of people have that question, like why, like which language should I choose, or which domain should I choose. So I have that one point. If you are loving that, if someone is working at night and day and you are loving that thing, then that technology is particularly you. If it's a ML, web, app, anything, right? Okay. So these are the points which you can just go more deep and dive. Now, like there are a lot of open source programs which are like going side by side. Like even Google, directly Google support open source a lot. So they have Google Season of Docs, Google Summer of Code. So as I mentioned, like not only a person who is good in coding, even if you're good in like writing a technical documentation or any type of documentation which is listed there, so they do a program. Even their program is paid. So that is like, for that what you need to do, I can just cover a small point. Like if anyone is really interested in Google GSOC or GSOD, so how like they get, like literally they get for the, like there are lot of companies which are listed there, companies having their projects like Flutter, Red Hat, VLC, like lot of companies are there. So like according to like your learning, you can choose one of the company where you really want to contribute, right? Now what happened, you choose the particular company, they, each and every company get more than 1,000 proposal, right? Now what's different in you, like they just choose one, two, or according to the requirement maybe five or six in the high cases. And like according to the requirement, there may be a more like developer they choose for the particular contribution. Now what actually happen is, like from this much big market, how they will be choosing you is like, please start, if you really want to select in that, please start contributing in open source. That's one of the most important thing. Second thing, to get more attraction, like there are a lot of projects which are coming from last 12, 15 years, that regularly in Google Summer of Code. Not even, it's not important you should be a product of Google, anyone can join with a very high quality project. Red Hat, we like lot of projects are there. So you can start contributing before the 6 month, like when your contributions are good. So the project maintainer will see that this name particularly is contributing from long and he is a very good person, so we can accept his or her proposal. So these are some of the points how they select the proposal. You should have, either you should have a very good contribution history, like you are continuously contributing. That doesn't mean you always contributing in a very good big projects, but you started gradually contributing, rather than someone who just made the proposal and his first time experience is GSOC. That's not the time. It's 2025, right? So there are a lot of proposal, and even in 2021 it was tough to get in GSOC. I've seen folks, like I haven't applied anytime, given a proposal there, because I was working in sort of internship. But because they need particular 6 month, now they just need your 3 months. Like earlier it was a program for 6 months, right? There is the script Summer of Code, make sure it's not for girls, everyone can participate. This is sort of a program which like they keep it in summer before the Google Summer of Code, so people can practice how to contribute. So they are like a very good program for beginner and for intermediate too, I think. Like they have every type of project. So if you are thinking to contribute after the Hacktoberfest and you are a beginner, you can check well script, or like lot of programs are there, like lot of summer programs goes on, but these are some of the programs which are good. So not promoting any of the program, but yes, outreach is for girl. You can just check this program, it's happening in 25, 26 or not. Cloud Native Computing Foundation, this is very good. Like if you are able to contribute here, it's good chance to like have a lot of learning. MLH have their fellowship programs, so you can just check that out, because like even Hacktoberfest, MLH is a very big supporter, and MLH is a very great community. If even if you are looking for the online hackathon or offline hackathon around you, you can follow MLH site. It's Major Hacking League, and they do a lot of fellowship programs too. So if you are a student and like looking for something, go for it. Okay. As I mentioned, like open source is like, till now we are talking like open source is good, or open, like why should you contribute? Why should, but what is open source not? So it's not a free code. Firstly, yeah, I just take their code and make some UI changes and make push my own project. From the long back, Linux is there, but you are not able, like people are not able to still copy and make the same thing in a very good manner, right? There may be sort of a competitor, but at this level there is no competitor for now, right? So it's not a free code. They will be not providing you API and everything, because you need to make sure like you're using not for your own purpose. You can learn from it how they have made something, you can just check that out, but it's not like a free code, right? They will be not giving you a API, or you can use a lot of it, like click a hit on it. It's too risky for companies first. That's the reason is, like if by mistake any API key or something which is very important pushed by the developer, will be very bad. They will be in a very bad manner, right? Situation for that. And with that, like they need to always have a good maintainer and project admin, because as I shown here, like lot of issues are, pull requests are there, so they need to keep maintainer and admin who is looking on it, like, and who make sure that key whatever contribution or something is coming from the user, like from us, is a valid contribution. There are a lot of times it happened that someone have contributed, everything was working fine, but there was some edge cases which just broke it out, because they just like they always check it very well, no doubt. Like if you think like they are merging it, so they will be merging in first in the dev branch, they will be, then gradually it will be going in the master branch. So for the big companies this mistake do not happen, but when you go to the small projects, there might be a chances it happens. So that's why I told it's too risky. Otherwise, like if, if big companies do not merge directly, do not ever, they make sure to go for the dev, then they follow the rules. Even for the small project, even I, when I just give my project, I used to firstly download that, like run in my setup. If everything is working fine, every line was good, then I used to merge it. So but yes, in a small project it happens a lot. I have seen people like merging directly, which was not good, right? Owned by big companies, this is a very like great mistake, I think. Even like people with a very small project, they are pushing their project on a open source, and that repositories are going really viral. As I mentioned, that Git was just Linux to old project, and now everyone is using that. So that was just he pushed on the like on his the repository, but like slowly gradually, like everyone start using that. They have seen that it's very good. Even now if we see, like a lot of open source repository are very good, like repositories are there. Yeah, so open source, like connecting developer, transforming technology. So it connect the developers to the community, and that transforming technology, you are, your company is really getting very good advancement. Because for the company, for particularly even for me, if I'm giving a session and if someone is there, like everyone say, yeah, you gave a very good speech, or you gave a very good session, or if I'm a company, or your product is very good, always always everyone give a good charm. But I, as a core, or company as a core, they want that what the negative things are there, because on the negative thing people will work. I understand that always a good thoughts are something which will be motivating me. That's why this, like, I'm giving the talk, that's important. But like from the starting, lot of people gave me some of the feedback. Even I just listen to my sessions and understand that what mistake I have done. So like gradually we are learning, right? So make sure, like, that's the thing. So like connecting developers and transforming technology, that's why companies are moving towards the open source. And I will always recommend, like, if you're making any project, go for GitHub, maintain a very well readme. And like in your resume, or if you're a working professional, even you have the resume, you should add that GitHub link. And because from directly from the GitHub, companies like HackerRank, they directly hire from GitHub. So even the good companies, I was saying. So these are some of the points which you should make sure to have that, right? And yeah, so thank you, tech lovers, I would say. Like, you can connect me on the LinkedIn, Twitter, and you can check my GitHub for particularly for like for the README and everything. Like, even I would just a one small suggestion: always make sure to maintain your README. This README particularly, whenever this is the page, you should mention your everything, like the important thing what we are using. Yeah, I have added this most used language. This, the reason is like on what I am working on. So like if anyone wants to know like in which field I am, they can just check that out. So like my GitHub README is not too much updated, but yes. So like a women tech maker, Flutter Jaipur organizer, I was MLSA. So as I mentioned, it's been a long to update that. Yes, Azure Developer Community Organizer. So I have like updated the things. You can add your main project. You can pin that projects, right? So these are some of the points which you should do. And the this particularly, like, this is for the this year. So this shows like how many pull requests, my pull requests got merged, right? How much code review I have done. So this is the like chart. You can understand 93% commit, because like I'm working on my own projects, right? Like mostly I work for the company, they have the different GitHub ID, so that is not listed here, right? So these are some points. So if you have any doubts, you can just go through. So I would recommend that like for the open source, make sure like you should contribute in the Hacktoberfest. How you can find the project that is missed. So either you can check on the Discord channel, you will be finding a lot of projects. Either you can go to Hacktoberfest just on the Google projects. So yes, here you can find a lot of Hacktoberfest accepted GitHub topics. There are a lot of projects maybe listed there. So yeah, it's Hacktoberfest 2024, 2023, 2024 accepted. So 2025 is not listed, but maybe let's see in the issues. It's maybe there. So it's Hacktoberfest is there. So you can just try to like comment it out. Like if you think like your technology get match, I think okay, this is something very easy. I think what they are doing. Okay, so even if you do not find any project, you can just please just check that it's active or not. I can just put in the chat section. So if you are good in DSA, like this is a very small. Okay, sorry. I can just drop it here. So Punita, can you can drop that. So if anyone is good in DSA, even in C++, Java or something, they have given a lot of topics. You can just pick any issue and just you can contribute there, right? They have a lot of things there like cosmic structure, AI, bit manipulation, everything is there. So these are some of the project. If anyone wants to start their journey, they can understand. Then there are a lot of projects. Just see that out. So you can just go to GitHub topics, Hacktoberfest accepted. Please make sure that is they are active for 2025, and it's the label is there. The particular label you can exactly check and match Hacktoberfest hash dash or hash whatever accepted, right? It should be there. Okay. I think like I have covered like almost like a lot of things. If you have any doubt, you can just put in the chat, or you can, if you're like, maybe it's like late night. So if anyone, I know engineer are active, but you can just ask me in the like on the LinkedIn, Twitter, or I think I would recommend even you can just drop the comments in this YouTube video. I will be checking it, or like GDBG team will be there.
Yeah.
Okay, Tanishq
So
is saying the okay, yeah, please.
yeah, go ahead, Vilsia.
Okay, Tanishq is saying the guy who created Git also created the Linux. Yeah, this is like true Linux true. So yeah, yeah, please you can go.
Thanks, Valsi, for the super amazing and energetic session. I absolutely loved it, and I'm all excited to contribute to Hacktoberfest 2025. And I think so is our audience in the comment section. Tanishq, Priyanshu, Karthik, everyone is very excited. Rashmi was there. All of them are very excited to join. And there are a lot more contributors from Udaipur will be definitely participating after your session into it. Also, the live recording will be available on our YouTube channel. So we'll be posting it via our socials, and more people will be following this talk. And yep, folks, once again, the rewards and recognition QR code is available on your screen. Make sure to take a screenshot and submit your entries if you're participating into Hacktoberfest 2025. Do participate, and we'd be happy to recognize and reward you at GDG Udaipur. Thank you very much, everyone. And until our next session, stay tuned to GDG Udaipur. Bye bye.
Bye bye everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, Panita.